Hello, silver and gold stackers. Today I'm going to talk about the Mexican Libertads, but I kind of wanted to show you real quick just some other coins, since the history of the Libertad is obviously, or the modern Libertad is based on what the past was. CN, the 5 pesos silver coin. This coin is essentially has a composition of 0.72 fine silver. It has actual silver weight of 0.643 troy ounces. So it's less than our piece and Morgan dollars. I probably should show an example. That's why I kind of dumped some of these coins out, so I could kind of show you. So there's a Morgan dollar. Give you an idea. Very similar dimensions. And let's check out the thicknesses. So a significantly thicker coin. The pesos weighs 27.8 grams about, which is 9.98 ounces. So it's very similar in weight to our Morgan dollar. It just has less silver in it. It has the purity. You can see the purity right there. It's a pretty neat coin. It has the modern Mexican coat of arms. It's a little bit busy. Make sure I have it right. Eagle on top of a cactus with a snake in its bill. Okay, so that's the 100 pesos. It was at the same time this 100 pesos was out. There was also, I mean, here it is in 1979. This is sterling silver. This is called the balance scale coin, but actually has a picture of a press, an actual mint press on the verse, and then on the reverse is the balance scale. This is 1 troy ounce of pure silver. So it weighs, total weight is 33.6 grams. And I imagine because of the thickness, I mean, you can tell that this is heavier by the 5 grams. But this is definitely a good feeling chunky coin. But you'll see people collecting Mexican silver will collect the balance scale, which is sterling silver, as well as the 5 pesos. These go typically for spot right now, given the high spot price and the fact that a lot of refiners are not taking anything under 0.99. These are definitely selling for lower than right now to sell your silver. And then this is the Type 1 Libertad. It came out in 1982. And it's a beautiful coin. It has this is actually the reverse. It has the Angel of Victory facing forward. It's 1 troy ounce of silver. You see it's very chunky. It's 36 millimeters in diameter. The obverse is the current national coat of arms for Mexico. And I had that upside down. There it is. And it's not reeded, but instead it has lettering on the edge, which is difficult to discern, but it says independence and liberty. Once again, we're looking at a Type 1. The Type 2 was produced between 1991 and 1995. I don't have an example of one to show you, but it's essentially the reverse and the obverse stayed the same. However, on the reverse, the lettering of Anza alternated between capital and lowercase, as well as the Plata Pura alternated between upper and lowercase. I believe the PL were uppercase, the A was lower, and then a capital T and then a lowercase a. And for Pura, it was a capital P, lowercase u, and then capital R, capital A. The only other difference, which is significant, is that the edge became reeded instead of the smooth edge. Okay, so what I'm going to share today is the majority of my special Libertad pieces. I have no graded Libertads, so I'm just going to pull out coins that I've purchased in the past, some of which you've seen. Not showing everything I have. And I'm also, it's just something that I think is unique, is I'm going to weigh some of the pieces so that you have an actual weight to expect. Okay, I have the scale set up where hopefully you can read the digits. I just turned it on, but I'm going to recalibrate it. Every time you move a scale, you should recalibrate it, and you definitely want it on a level surface. So this is a 50-gram weight, and it passed. So let's give you the weight of a Type 1 Libertad, produced between 1982 and 1991. And I'm getting 31.028 grams, 31.028 grams. I do think it's helpful to know what these weights are, or what you should expect, because it's one easy way to try to avoid counterfeits, or at least, I mean, you could either take a pocket scale with you to a shop or have them weigh it, and then at least you know the numbers of what to expect. Now, the sterling balance scale coin weighs, remember this is 1 troy ounce, but it's sterling silver, but it's 33.506 grams. So that's looking good. And the 100 peso, I have one loose here. The 100 peso is 27.758 grams, 27.760 now, 27.760 grams. Now the Type 3 that I haven't spoken to yet was between, I believe, 1996 to 1999, and it was essentially what we would call the modern Libertad. It changed the profile of the Victory to a 3/4 side profile. It expanded the diameter to 40 millimeters. It continued with the reeded edge of the Type 2, but on the back, instead of on the back, it continued with a single coat of arms. The main difference between a Type 3 and a Type 4 is that in 2000 and continuing, this is a Type 4, national coat of arms. They put it in the center, and they put 10 historical coat of arms on the obverse. Everyone's got an opinion of whether they like the single coat of arms or whether they like the historical smaller coat of arms. I like having more detail typically. Personally, because I'm not familiar with all the symbolism of the previous national coat of arms, which that might be an interesting video to actually have, going through each one of these, because they look similar, so you can imagine most of them are probably very minor changes. But I like the Type 3, which I don't have an example to show you, but the Type 3 just had the entire back being the national coat of arms. So essentially this, I'm sorry, not the back, but this was the obverse, and this is the reverse for a Type 3 Libertad. Okay. Okay. I've got the Type 4 Libertad out of, and we're going to set our Type 4 Libertad onto the tray. I'm getting 31.165 grams, 31.166 grams. That's a good weight. Now this scale is only good up to 50 grams, and I actually have some 2-ounce coins. So, and as you know, a lot of mints make 1.5-ounce coins. So I purposely didn't buy the 100-gram. Maybe I should have, but there's something about the sensitivity and the fact that I was primarily going to use this for gold, and I don't typically have coins that gold coins that weigh over more than 1.5 ounces. But I just felt like if I needed to buy a scale, a larger scale, I was probably going to spend more money. Whereas I got this scale for I think $20, $25, and it had great reviews, as well as it is very sensitive. And if I average 3 weights of the coin, I definitely fall within what would be expected for the coins on the coins I've tested. So I'm very pleased with it. I suppose this serves 2 purposes. I have been meaning to show a couple of some of the Libertads in the raw, as well as giving you some weights. So here's a 1/20th ounce Libertad. It happens to be a 2023. That might be the best I can do right there, but very light. And I'm getting a reading of 1.551 grams. 1.551 grams. This is a regular issue coin. Some of you may cringe. I will cringe with you when I put my proof coins down here for you on that tray. So this is a 1/10. That was the 1/20th. This is a 1/10 ounce Libertad. And I think you can appreciate why just gorgeous. So I would have liked to have gotten that in the center, but I'm not going to slide it around. 3.139 grams. I would not be doing this with a 1995 or 96 proof where the mintages were under 1,000. I believe they were 500 and 600 respectively. Now I've got a 1/4 regular issue Libertad. I think this would be a fun piece for someone trying less than common issues between 2/4 ounce size is just big enough to really appreciate the artistry. This is 7.728 grams. 7.728 grams. It's proof 2023. Pretty high numbers on this coin, but look at that. Look how it's just a great looking coin. From the oldest mint in the Americas. Look at that proof. Wow. So we're expecting this to be around 15.4, let's say 15.5 grams. I've got 15.463, 15.465 now grams. Okay. Thank you for looking at these coins with me.